This is Tony from Colorado BBQ Boys. We're gonna make homemade Italian sausages. I'm looking at the best ingredients to go into the sausage. Right here we have a pork butt or a pork shoulder, and it's boneless, and it's a 80-20. Anything higher than 20% is gonna be too greasy. So I have Pecorino Romano cheese. We have fresh parsley, anise seed, we have red pepper flake, and whole fennel. And whole fennel we're gonna toast, and I'll show you how, what color it's supposed to look like, and salt and pepper. Pretty simple ingredients. But right here, I'm just gonna cut my pieces out and just cutting it down the length just so I can stick it right into the hopper. It doesn't have to be too fancy. Brutus loves it all. He will eat it all. And actually he goes through stuff pretty fast. And if you're gonna use a KitchenAid, you're probably not gonna want to do this much meat because it's gonna take a long time. And you'll probably do it once, and then you're gonna go out and probably buy yourself a Brutus because it will save you hours. I mean, a lot of hours. So anyhow, let's get to cutting here. And you don't have to separate the fat from the meat because we're gonna do a double grind. And the double grind is really important when it comes to sausage making. A lot of times you'll see people just do one grind, and that's great, but it doesn't really disperse the fat throughout the sausage evenly. You want to do it right. You do it for the people you love. And you know, food to me is bringing people together. I like it. I like to cook. I like to make things. But what I more importantly like is when people take a bite for the first time and they look at each other and go, wow, this is really, really good. So we're gonna put this in plastic bags. You don't have to go too crazy. Again, we're just gonna throw this in the freezer. Big chunks. Let that freeze up. And next thing we're gonna do is measure out our ingredients and measure everything out. Today we have about a 16.5 pound pork butt. 2 pork butts weighing about 16.5 pounds, picked up at Costco. A lot of times people are like, how did you adjust for your measurement? Well, I have an Excel spreadsheet, which I'd be more than happy to give you guys. And watch this and click and like, and we'll give you a path on how to get it. What I do is I can just drop in the weight and everything readjusts. So what I'm gonna do is get everything washed up, chopped up, cleaned, and put everything in its spot. That way everything's laid out and measured, and then we're gonna put everything together. Oh, it smells so good, this fresh parsley. I really enjoy making this. I try to use just the leaves and not the stems because I have enough parsley and a little snobby that way. So I can do that. It doesn't have to be perfect chop-wise, because your grinder is also gonna chop this up too as well. What did I say? I need a little under 2 cups. So yeah, there's 2. Don't let it go to waste. Why not, huh? Use it all. You got it, use it. Don't let it go to waste. About the same amount of cheese, so let's use about a little under 2 cups. This is Pecorino Romano. It's not as salty or bitey as Parmesan Reggiano. It's a little bit more milder than Parmesan cheese. But cheese counter is good to get it at. You'll find it in the stores. You want it grated. I'll definitely use that for that. If you smell it, if you want to take a bite of that, try it. It's not as salty as Parmesan Reggiano cheese, but it's a little bit more creamier.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's got a little bite to it, but just enough when I go here. Now, see right here? It's right there. Parmesan Reggiano is a little bit sharper.
Okay.
And I like this one just a little bit better. I've tried them both in the sausage, and the first thing my wife said, this isn't right. I don't like this. I like it, but it's not right. What'd you do differently? Anise, we got 3 tablespoons of that. Then we have ground pepper. You try to be close on your measurements, and but kind of keep it close. It does make a difference. One of the key ingredients you're not gonna believe, and that's the water. The water is gonna make a huge difference in the sausage. One time we made this sausage, and my buddy and I, we put it on, we tried it, and we looked at each other, something's not right, something's not right. And we looked at each other and went, I miss the water. It cannot be the water. So you use ice cold water, and once you put the water and immerse it together, kind of binds everything together. We put it back, we did a pre-taste, night and day, water. Water is so important to sausage, and I did not know that. But it's things like this that allows me to do my trial and errors and share with you guys on what works and what doesn't work. We need about 6 tablespoons of salt, about 6.5. Now pork can handle a lot of salt, and again, we're dealing with 16 pounds. There we go. Got that laid out. My garlic is the last thing, and the red hot pepper flakes. Okay, I'm gonna use the food processor to dice up this garlic. So I want to get it pretty fine. Peeling garlic can be painful because sometimes the garlic gets so sticky. The one thing you don't want to have in your garlic, if you see it sprouting off, I find that in the middle of a garlic, you might have this little root right here in the middle. So if you let garlic sit there, it'll start to bloom and kind of have a little sprout that comes out of it. That gets really bitter. It's not really great. So if you can, just take that out. These are gonna taste so good on the smoker. And this is where I'm gonna eat my words, but this is where an electric smoker would come in handy. I think this is where, when you're doing something like this is where I say, go ahead, use electric smoker. I won't make fun of you. You put a brisket on there, I'm gonna make fun of you on the electric. But I'm gonna pulse it about 10 different times, maybe 12, 15, just so where it gets just really finely chopped. And as my friend Jim would say, I don't know, something in French about mise en place or whatever, mise en place, whatever. It means in French is everything in its place. And if you're a chef out there and you're watching and I butchered it, well, I apologize. Jim, you know, to you, you got this. Mise en place, I know you're gonna call me right after you see this and go, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, oh, I didn't say it like that. I know, I get it. But now we have everything in its spot. I am very, very blessed. In our very first house when I had Brutus, the whole kitchen, and I'm not joking, was about a little bit bigger than this island, and I'm not lying. The whole kitchen. And we must have did at least 50 pounds of sausage in that little kitchen. And there's 3 people in the kitchen. And you know what? I had a lot of fun. It was great. And my friend Jim, the one who taught me mise en place, whatever, everything in a spot, he has a very nice house. Never went to it before. And he was really nice. And he says to me, hey, can you teach me how to make sausage? I said, I'd love to, sure. We'll have a sausage party at your house. Like, oh, geez, Mama mia. We're gonna start with the jokes. And he says, yeah, come on over, Jim, in the morning. Well, you know, I've been to your house. It's a beautiful house, it's great. But you know, we're a couple of big guys and you know, why don't you come over to my house? I'll make Bloody Marys, I'll make you breakfast, and we'll just have a great time in my house. And I go to his house and oh my God, this is a beautiful kitchen. I am blessed and this is big. His kitchen is actually bigger than this. And the island is bigger and he has plugs for everything and it's a real chef's working kitchen. And he really had a chef come in and redesign his whole kitchen. And it was so beautiful and so much fun. But Jim's no longer in that house and I'm no longer in the small house, but I'm here and I do think about Jim when I make these sausages. And he's a good friend of mine, but also at the same time, I'm really blessed to have an island, a kitchen this big that we can all film and work around. And you know, it's just been really good. So I don't take this for granted. I think every morning when I come down and get a cup of coffee, I still smile. I see this kitchen, I'm like, man, can't believe it. Can't believe I've been blessed this good. But anyhow, so the last piece we're gonna do here is we're gonna toast the fennel. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a nice toasty brown on that. And the kicker is once it turns lightly brown, it goes from light to dark really fast. So stay on top of it. And this house will smell so good here in a little bit. This is the same stuff they make licorice out of. Now this is gonna be a fun treat. So this is my great-great-grandmother's molcajete. She was 94 when she gave this to me. And when she was a kid, she used to use it. I think this thing's old. I don't know how old, I just know it's old. But you see the shot right here? See how it's getting a different color now? It's getting a little bit darker. You wanna go just a little bit darker. And you wanna continue to move it. See, it's still cooking right even in this pan. And you don't wanna go too dark because you can burn them. And no one wants that burn. Sometimes people, when they're done here, people put them in like a coffee grinder. You can use that if you don't have a mortar and pestle. I like to use this because it reminds me of my grandmother. And you can see how it's just been worn over the years. And there's still seeds in here from when I got it from Mexico. And this thing is so well seasoned and it's been used that it's actually been grinded down. And this right here, the hand alone just got worn down. Okay, I think we're done here. All right, so now put that aside. And now we're just gonna grind. Oh, you can smell it now. If you don't like black licorice, you would not be enjoying yourself. But if you do, oh, it smells so good. It smells like that Greek liquor ouzo. We're gonna stuff them in hog casings. Some of it needs hog casings, some of it doesn't, because Italian bulk is good too. But sometimes people just like to throw them on the grill. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna rinse out the hog casings. They're this big, they're this thin, and they look and they'll stretch to a size of a sausage. This is where it gets fun because they all get tangled. And you want to use a warm water, and the trick is to get all the salt off of it. Rinse it off, and it blows right up. And just let it just run through. You'll keep going through, it'll run through until it blows it out the other side. Good, there it is. And what you want to do is just continue to run water through it. There you go. She's clean. Put that to the side. What I do is I kind of go around, start at 12 o'clock, and then go around clockwise. So then I know where they're at, so when I pull them out, they don't get tangled in. Now I say that, but that's the goal. Meat just got out of the freezer. We got our pork butt. We're gonna fire this up and feed it through. And again, you want the meat really cold, not frozen, because as it goes through, it's a lot of friction, and all that heat will turn that fat into mush, and that's not what you want. Drop it in, and Brutus does its thing. One bag down. Look how fast this goes. You know, and this is a good thing about doing it yourself. You know exactly what's going into your sausage. You have all the fresh ingredients. You know how it's been ground. I know how clean my machine is. I know where the temperatures are on the pork. I cleaned it. I cut it. There's no bone in here. I think it's a lot better. It's going to yield a better product. Not to say that Johnsonville doesn't or those other pork people don't. I just know what I do. And I like it done right. And there you are. There's 16 pounds of sausage right there. That was pretty fast. Now, if you had a KitchenAid, we'd probably be here till about midnight. Brutus, love you, buddy. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is, remember before I was telling you about how we do the double grind, Zach?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See right here, see all this pork right here? Oh, it's in one lump.
Okay.
And this is real lean right here. You could take this and you can mix it, But let me show you a double grind, what that does. Now see how it, look at the marbleness. See how it's marble now? You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, now look at the difference. That's what the difference is, the double grind. That double grind right there will disperse the fat throughout the meat one more time, and it just yields a better fat. So when you're cooking, when you're sauteing or whatever, that fat just melts throughout the meat, it doesn't get clogged in one area, and it just makes a better product all the way around. Again, that double grind, that's the way to go. Your hands are gonna be really, really cold, and you're gonna hate them. You might, has a trick. What I like to do is just leave some warm water coming on over here, so you can keep your hands warm. You go back and forth, because I feel like your hands are gonna fall apart. So let's add in the garlic. We're gonna add in the toasted fennel. All that salt we're gonna add in. Beautiful pepper here. Anise. C Pecorino Romano cheese, parsley, and what's the key ingredient? Water.
Water. Oh, that's
water.
Right. Cold
water is
water.
that cold water. So first we're going to do is when you mix it in there, get in there and squeeze. Squeeze in there. You want to get all in there. 3.5 cups of water. Believe it or not, this sausage is going to eat it right up. There you go. Just get in there and squeeze and rotate. Turn and rotate. And this also, the double grind, also helps because again, it will distribute like the fat, but also the ingredients as well. Now, some people can use it just like this if you want. A lot of restaurants will do that. Again, but we're gonna go after that double grind. You see the speckles of meat, the speckles of fat here and there. That double grind is gonna really fix that and distribute that all over. Put that in your hopper, and that's why we call it Brutus. Now, as you can see right here, you can see all that parsley, all that fat, everything is now distributed evenly throughout this whole sausage in there. So now we just got done with the double grind, and you can see how the parsley, the garlic, the fat, all the spices are all distributed now evenly throughout the meat. So when you pack it and you put it in pork casings, every bite's gonna taste great. And that's the whole purpose of the double grind, which I call it the love grind, because you're not in a rush, you're doing it because you want it done right, and you're doing it for your loved ones. All right, let's get these things cased. So we're gonna change out the head here. But before we do casing, the most important thing you should do, rule number 1, before you case, taste. All right, so I just put a little olive oil in here. Just gonna cook this up. You guys can smell this. This smells so good right now. You have everything going in there, making just a beautiful relationship right here. Just, it's all about coming together. And this is just gonna turn out great. Zach, I'm gonna have you take a bite too. Tell me what you think. How you go? Different.
Yeah, that was really good.
You got Scream Italian?
That's like the best sausage ever.
Is it really? That screams Italian. This screams the streets of Boston, New York, Italian villages. When you smell the home and the houses, grandmas, and say the grandma can eat. This is what she's making here, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out the guts here. We're gonna leave the auger, take off the cutting die and the blade. We're gonna fit it with here, and then we're gonna shove this meat back in on top of here, and this is where we're gonna use to actually stuff the sausages. We're gonna use this attachment right here. And what I love about this one is it uses all the meat through the auger, all the way down into here, and the only thing you're gonna have left over is that much sausage, and that's it. So let's take this apart. And when you're maintaining your grinder, you wanna use a food lubricant as well. After you wash everything, put everything back together again, you really wanna use a food lubricant. Get that off, get all this little nubs off. This piece fits in right there, hooks in right there. This goes in like that. This piece fits right around that. There you go. Now what I find is when you're putting casings on for the first time, make sure the sausage is coming right out of the tip here because it actually lubricates it. And it helps you feed onto the tube pretty easily. If you do this without any sausage at the tip right there, it will be hard as heck. And it took trial and error. But what you can do is put this on, tie a little knot here at the tip, right there. Good to go. Bring it all the way right there. And then Zach, what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn it on. What I want you to do then is start feeding the sausage. Start feeding the sausage into the tube. Use your piece right here and start pushing it down. And when I say stop, I'm gonna come to the end, we'll stop. And here we go, we're making sausage links. I'm gonna hold the sausage here a little bit so it gets a little bit more packed. I'm just guiding it with my hand and holding it so it doesn't come out too fast. What I'm trying to do is control the air pockets too. And I don't want it too tight because I also want to twist these at the end. So I'm just feeding it through. Oh, blowout, turn it off. Okay, I had a blowout. So there it is. So I've held on too high. I blew it out. Cut it right there, cut that off. Squeeze that out. Kind of squeeze this out right here. Put that back on top, tie another knot, and start it again. Okay. Pretty simple, huh? And we'll probably put that right there. All right, let's fire it back up again. And that's what you do when you have a blowout. All right, we're gonna shut it down. Okay, we're gonna do that. Tie another knot. Now, there's a little trick right here. They sell these little sausage things made just to prick the sausage. But you know what works? Corn holders. Take it and you hear this little snap. You just want to pop them. Just put that, and what happens is it seals itself right back. And it just gets rid of those air pockets. It attaches that skin to the meat. Oh, there's a pocket right there.
That camera's still going.
Yeah.
I'm impressed because it's red.
Maybe it's like that fuel gauge that just keeps going on and on. You think you're gonna run out of gas, but you never do. It's like Kramer. Come on, we can do it. One more trip around the block. Find a length that you like hot dog length right here. You want to pinch it, and then pinch the other equal side right here, and you just want to twist. Oops. Twist it a few times.
Oh, okay.
And you go every other one, twist it, find another one right here. Okay, and see it's kind of tight. Now you can see the air bubbles. See the little air pockets right there?
Yeah.
When you twist them, that's the really time to start poking because that's when you're putting a lot of pressure on them. Right there, there. See? And you kind of.
Okay.
After you twist them and do that, you can actually cut them right now, right here, and they'll still hold.
Really?
Yep, they'll still hold, and that's how we're gonna put them in the bag too.
Huh.
But yep, yeah. These things are just, they'll hold. Sometimes some people don't even tie knots at the end.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna make rubs.
Yep.
No, we are. We're gonna sell rubs. And we're gonna make it consistent. We're gonna make it the same. And we're gonna endorse it and we're gonna make money off of that.
Secret Colorado BBQ Boy rub.
After we have all this, after we roll them, just gonna cut them. And they kind of stay together. They stay together. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna vacuum pack them and give them away. Clean these up a little bit.